That's right, we're gonna play as Tainted Eden, but first I have something I need to show off to you. Oh my. Oh, wait a minute. Hey. That's a little bit more full than it was last time. That's a little bit more full than it was last time. Really emphasizes that Greedier is just shoved into the corner there, but we need to do something as Tainted Eden, okay? And we need to do its alt path, unfortunately. I have no idea what I'm doing, but that's okay. This is banter. Tainted Eden is just straight up, it's just banter city, man. And this is good, because on a Monday, like, I never get more banter rich than on a Monday. Can I blow your mind? I watched 3 damn movies this weekend. Pretty crazy, right? 1 per day. This is the most movies I've watched in, like, probably close to a year. How? I found myself with some time. What the heck? Not much, but some. So on Friday, you know, I watched the Tomorrow War. Corey and Rob and I were talking about it, and I do stand by the fact that I will watch any absolute garbage science fiction movie in spite of its quality. Just if it involves outer space, aliens, or some kind of science fiction, I'm all in. I'll at least give it a try. It is not very good, and I will say it starts horribly, it ends horribly, but it's kind of okay in the middle. Like, the middle of the movie is, like, almost passable, and everything else surrounding it is pretty bad. However, it also starts with something where I'm like, it offended my sensibilities, and it offended me on an intellectual level more than actually compromising my enjoyment of the movie. But it genuinely starts, like, you know how modern movie trailers, they're worried you're gonna lose interest and look at your phone if they don't entertain you for like half a second. So they always start with like the most intense action scene from the movie, and then they do like tuk 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 tunk. And like then, you know, they show the guy waking up in his bed that morning or something like that. That's what they do. I don't even know what you do, man. That's what they do in the movie. The movie starts with like a 30-second sizzle reel of things that are gonna happen. Particularly like one important scene that happens later in the movie, which is just kind of insulting. Like, when you're watching a movie, you've committed to like being there for 2 hours, and the movie really is way too long, to be honest, but you've committed to being there for 2 hours, and they're like, well, just in case you're gonna get bored, like, we're gonna start, don't worry, yeah, in half an hour, this is gonna happen, so if you can just tough it out for half an hour, you can see this scene again. Like, it's shot like a YouTube video, which is very insulting to me as somebody who, you know, works in this field. Like, you know, stay in your lane, Hollywood. Is there a narrative purpose for that? No, literally, like, not at all. It's okay, like, it doesn't compromise the overall quality of the movie, which is suspect to begin with. It's just like, I really hope that's not like a thing that starts happening in movies, that where they're like, hey, we're gonna put like, hey, you know that cool scene that's gonna happen 2/3 of the way through the movie? We're just gonna put that at the start, just so in your brain you know, like, hey, pay attention, that thing that you already saw is gonna happen again. Was Sam Richardson at least good in it? I think Sam Richardson is the best part of it. You may know him as the pageant host of Baby of the Year sketch in I Think You Should Leave. But it's just a weird movie that it doesn't know what it wants to be. Like, sometimes it's an extremely gritty science fiction film with like real consequences and world-ending stakes. And then sometimes it's just jokes, and like it never commits to being an action comedy or a serious apocalypse movie, or, you know, it's tonally like all over the place. But I wouldn't recommend against watching it if you got nothing else to do, but do not expect it to be good. That's my take on that. We watched The Invisible Man, which, I gotta tell you, I thought it was okay. I might even go so far as to say pretty good. Especially considering it's, a horror movie that came out, like, in January. Not January of this year, but January of last year. I thought it was pretty good. And yeah, one of the reasons I wanted to see it is because it is one of, like, the 4 movies that came out in 2020. I feel like... Oh, come on, man. On average, there's, like, no way I'm ever gonna see all the movies that come out over the course of a calendar year. However, all the theatrical releases of 2020, not impossible. Not impossible. Just need to see Sonic and Tenet, and I think I got it under control. And Fantasy Island, the Blumhouse movie, I think. But why do I even look at the item I take? Like, it doesn't matter at all. Oh, Cursed Penny, please drop that. Anyway, Invisible Man, pretty okay movie. Although I will say, the man, I don't want to spoil it, okay? There's 2 things I'll say about The Invisible Man. One of them is, I think it would be a little bit more effective if they had done a little bit less explaining. Like, if you spend more of the movie going, is this guy actually invisible? Or is this just a metaphor for, like, you know, being in an abusive relationship? I think that would have been a little bit more interesting. But instead, like, a third of the way through, they're like, nah, man, he's dead ass, like, invisible. But also, he's not an invisible man. The man himself, very visible. He happens to have an invisible suit. Ding! Come on, Hollywood. You might be able to get that past your average cinema goer, but not an artiste such as myself. If you're gonna call the movie The Invisible Man, all that I ask is that you don't lie to me and give me a movie with a very corporeal man that happens to have an invisible suit. I will also say, if I ever made a movie about the Invisible Man, 100%, I would have that dude drinking glasses of water, or actually like Kool-Aid or something, like a bright liquid, all the time. I wouldn't be able to help myself. Can you imagine how freaky it would be, dude, if you just saw like a glass of fruit punch start hovering, and then all of a sudden, and then you see the liquid like disappear? You'd be like, whoa, dude. What the? Turkey ass. Okay, we're out of here. Forget the deal with the devil. Forget it. Forget it. I said forget it. It wouldn't be visible, though. Otherwise, you'd see the food and the poo in him. No, but like you wouldn't see the liquid go down his gastrointestinal tract. As soon as he swallowed it, the liquid... No, don't extinguish the fires! As soon as he swallowed it, the liquid would disappear. And Elizabeth Moss would be like, what the hell? Where did that fruit punch go? Anyway. I will say, for anybody that saw the Tomorrow War, first off, my condolences. Secondly, I really think that movie actually could have been good if they had made it like a full-fledged action comedy. Like the action stuff doesn't fully work. I feel like if they actually just made it like Ben Stiller was in it, they could have saved it, man. If they instead of Chris Pratt has got Ben Stiller, Vince Vaughn, and Steve Buscemi, I think that movie that could have been at least a 6 out of 10. I'm an alien, Greg. Could you milk me? Hey, Robert De Niro. Hey, I didn't say Robert De Niro for a reason. He's too busy filming movies about horny granddads. Owns. And then I watched Palm Springs, which was actually, I thought Palm Springs was very good. I enjoyed it immensely, and thought it was very fun, little touching, and you know, easy to watch. That's for sure. Good movie. Solid movie. Also, I had no idea that, and like, let me ruin the thing that made it even more enjoyable for me by spoiling it for you. I had no idea J.K. Simmons was in that movie. When he pops up, you're like, yo, J.K. Simmons, what the heck are you doing here? I thought this was like a romantic comedy. It turns out there's another layer to it. Yeah, and he's like, not quite my tempo. Am I innovating or am I rehashing? Not quite my tempo. I don't care what we have. I don't care what items you give me as long as I'm not dying. Okay, I never want to get hit again. This is really good. He's in the Tomorrow War as well, isn't he? He is, but like... So this is like, it's a spoiler, but like... It does like the Nicolas Cage in a foreign film thing, where like he's part of the marketing, but he's actually in the movie for like, I don't even know, like less than half an hour. Oh no. Like clearly it feels like they got him in the movie because they were like, everybody loves J.K. Simmons, and then they're like, just find a way to squeeze him in here. He shows up for like 5 minutes and then he's absent for 2 entire acts. But USB disconnect sound. Boot up. But up. Squib it up. Anyway, that's all I got. That's the movies I watched this weekend. That's all I got. Stop asking me if I know about Achilles' brother, Bophades. Get that online offline TV Bofa bait out of here. I have never been Bofa in my entire life. I'll tell you, I only got by one of those jokes once, and it was in 1997. Francis Ford Coppola made a very ill-advised movie about progeria, starring Robin Williams. It was called Jack. Robin Williams plays a 7-year-old kid with a disease that makes him look like Robin Williams. When he leaves a bar, very quickly, he says, "Losers say what?" And then the bouncer says, "What?" And then he goes, "See, I got you, you're a loser." And then I vowed that day that it would never, ever happen to me, ever again. I'm not owned. I'm not owned. How about the Slovenian basketball team? Bro, shut the don't talk to me about basketball, okay? I'm a lifelong Canada national basketball team stan. Crushed Greece, crushed China in the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. Made it to the semifinals. Heavy favorites going up against the Czech Republic. Got knocked out. What the hell, dude? Now we lose one game, we can't even go to the Olympics anymore? They might as well have been smoking doobs the whole time. At least they could have had some fun along the way. We're good to go. Yeah. We're good to go. Get wrecked. Current events. I did see that the Sha'Carri Richardson, so she got disqualified from the Olympics for having consumed cannabis, which showed up on a test. And then I said, I went off in a series of tweets that many people are describing as based. He just keeps getting more based. Hello, this is a phone call from the base department, where I said, I think it's good that she got disqualified. We can't have our kids thinking that you can have a little fun while also, achieving literally being the world's greatest rank in an incredibly difficult and competitive pursuit. And then it came out she got like a little milkshake ducked, right? She's got some troubling tweets. Here's my thoughts on that. She might have an antiquated and insulting attitude towards Lil Nas X. However, she shouldn't be disqualified from the Olympics for smoking a joint. Unfortunately, it's not illegal or disqualifying from the pursuit of athletics to be stupid. If it was illegal to be an idiot and be involved in professional sports, there would be no professional sports. I'm not saying all athletes are stupid. I'm merely suggesting they don't find themselves, you know, becoming the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers because of their intellectual prowess. So I think IMO, she should be able to run. But I do stand by what I said, that if they have her run, I think that all of her competitors should have to smoke a Jeffrey before they get set in the starting blocks. Can you imagine? I mean, I know that this is not how it happened. Like, it's not like she, you know, took a gravity bong hit and then set a world record in the 100-meter dash. But you don't think, like, if you lost to her in the Olympic trials, you would, and you did everything, like, by the book? Never even inhaled, like, you know, car exhaust or anything like that? You wouldn't be like, come on, really? Like, she beat me even though she's smoking weed as well? Like, it's just, it's so defeated. It would turn me into, like, a complete Salieri, I think. In front of my croissant? There I was, barbecue sauce on my croissant. Wow, she's better than me and she's based? This is nice. Look at it. Dude, isn't this like r/oddly satisfying? This looks like a How It's Made episode. I've been workshopping a tweet in my head for a little bit, by the way. This is where my head is, in case you're confused. And the tweet looks something like this. I need to run it through the Chibi filter to get the way to phrase it right, because I, you know, as we talked about, I'm like way too grammatically correct and like a strict adherent to the idea that all jokes need to have like a premise and a conclusion and like a logical through line between them. So I need to get Chib's way to run this through. And make it succeed on Twitter, but it would be something like watching an episode of How It's Made where they're at the Dorito factory and dead ass, it's just one dude in an air fryer. So I'm trying to figure out the way to get that to some degree of virality. Could work, could work. Glad to hear it. Pretty good. There's a lot of plus twos, man. I'm very surprised by the amount of plus twos I'm getting there. Especially, well, you know what? I bet it because you think it's a joke at the expense of the air fryer, when in actuality, it's a real story. That's how they make Doritos. You ever think about, like, anybody else go to college in the heyday of the George Foreman lean, mean, fat reducing grilling machine? I'll never forgive, and I was part of this generation, but I was like, I inherited the norms of the generation. You know, I grew up in it and thus adopted the norms of my culture at that time. I will never forgive adults in the mid-2000s for being like, oh, you know what the problem is with eating chicken breast? The 0.05 milliliters of fat that keep it from being nature's beef jerky. Like, it's like the leanest cut of meat you can buy at the grocery store. And they're still running infomercials that are like, you know, they got George Foreman like pressing the grill and he's like, look at that little line of oil that's coming off the chicken breast. And you're like, bro, that's the flavor. That's like the thing that makes the chicken breast edible on top of being like relatively good for you. Why are you grilling all the fat out of a chicken breast? You turn it into a freaking shoe. Anyway, I have another bit. I don't know how to phrase it because it's a little bit not incendiary, the opposite, just kind of crude or crass, if you will. But the joke is, man, if I had an air fryer instead of a George Foreman grill in college, I would have gotten so much P-word. But I don't know how to phrase it. I find it hilarious just in and of itself. But I don't know if other people would find it hilarious. That seems like one of those things that could start an argument on Twitter. Can you imagine somebody saying that? It would make me laugh, man. Excuse me, personal space. That's a level up from the dirty joke video. I'm telling you, if you saw that shit in One Piece, you'd be laughing your ass off, dude. You'd be like, that's the funniest thing Luffy's ever said. Because it comes from a streamer, you got like a chip on your shoulder. Because I'm not animated, you're like, oh, I don't want to let him know that I laughed at something he said, because then that's an admission that he's funnier than me, despite the fact that we have the same, you know, limitations and abilities in life. Hoo! Go ahead, man. I don't know if I'm even doing this right. This seems like it's taking a long time. I got nothing against One Piece, man. I've been looking to raise my anime game. Like next time I play Phantom Abyss, I'm gonna say something like, "Whoa, I didn't know they made Made in Abyss into a video game." Something like that. Oh God. He knows. He knows. -2. They're like, this is the fastest -2ing I've ever seen in my entire life. People are, because I'm getting too close to the source. They're like, oh no, he found the sacred text. Go back, go back. Cut his mic. I don't think that's why. No, I know why. Kay was describing the anime to me yesterday. Can we use Mr. Me to open the door? That way we don't lose this awesome run that we're guaranteed to lose anyway. You can? That's amazing, man. Dan's watching Death Note right now. You gotta hand it to Dan. You know, he's a man of the people. Yeah, Dan's opinions on things sometimes frustrate me. No question there. However, the one thing I have to say without a doubt, he comes by it honestly, you know? Like, he doesn't have... like, his opinions don't come from any other place than how much he actually enjoyed the content. I know that's... Oh, son of a... I know that sounds weird, but, like, my opinion comes from everything. Like, I look at, you know, the context of the movie, you know, how was I hungry when I was watching it? Does it annoy me that the person responsible for this movie is like a year younger than me, and as a result it gives me imposter syndrome watching this masterpiece? You know, oh no, a glowing hourglass. I think about all that stuff. And I think Dan is like, he just watches it and is like, this is good or this is bad. This is great, man. You think about everything, don't you? It worked. In spite of myself, it worked. Do you think the Canucks are gonna trade for Duncan Keith? God, I hope not. I haven't been following the rumors. I heard that the Oilers were gonna trade for Duncan Keith, and I said, ha 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 ha, do it. Don't, oh no, don't do it. I don't want your defensive core to get so good. But in my head, I was like, do it. But the Canucks, man, we already have like one decent defenseman guaranteed to have an albatross contract in a couple of years, named Tyler Myers. We definitely do not need Duncan Keith as well. 75-year-old, you know, 2 broken bones a game Duncan Keith on our team. I think, you know, I understand Jim Benning, you know, you got to try to preserve your job. But I'm also like, dude, It's okay. Just let us suck for like a couple more years. It's okay. Because we sucked last year, and we were supposed to be better. We might as well suck this year so that the last year's sucking is not as bad, you know? Like, now at least we can get something out of the suckage last year if we suck for another couple of years as well. What I don't want you to try to do is like, hey, you suck last year, so we're gonna like take on a lot of veteran contracts in free agency or something like that. I'm like, nah, dude, just let us suck, man. Just for a bit. Turn this thing off, I'm dry. Don't hit me! Blow, blow. Dude, glowing hourglass, kinda sick. I'm realizing we actually can preserve this run because of the seeded reroll. Why am I even on this room then? I don't know. Good question. What's your opinion on Joker now that the hype's died down? I mean, I did not like the movie when the hype was kicked up. So now that the hype has died down, I mean, I wouldn't say I like it any less, but I certainly don't. It's not like I was like, oh, now that nobody's talking about it, I can admit that I actually love it. Like, if you like it, I get it. Don't get me wrong. I just, the tone of it is not what I'm interested in. Which is, like, so gritty that it almost becomes a comedy. Like, I know I talked about this when it came out, but it was almost like a fictional Jackass movie to me. Like, I'm Joker, and welcome to everybody in society, like, messes with me for no reason. Down, 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 dicka doom, 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 dicka doom, 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 dicka doom, doom. It wasn't a comedy? You disgust me, Murray. Thoughts on Doctor Strangelove? Now that the hype from Doctor Strangelove has died down, I can admit that I don't get it. I think it's a bad movie. Plus, like, the dude isn't even a doctor. Like, you want to watch a movie about doctors? Dr. T and the Women, starring Richard Gere. It's weird what your brain remembers, right? Like, what it chooses to commit to memory. For some reason, I don't even know if I've ever seen the movie, but there's a movie called Runaway Bride, starring Richard Gere and Julia Roberts in their 17th attempt to recapture the glory of Pretty Woman. And I don't think I've ever seen the movie, but I know it's about a lady who always runs away. She's like about to get married, and then she's like, skirt, fooled ya. But I do remember, for some reason from the trailer, that there is like an older lady in the movie, and she's talking about Richard Gere, and she goes, I like his nice tight bottom. And then they go, Grandma, and then she goes, what'd I do? And it, for some reason, that moment lives rent-free in my head, in spite of the fact that there's really no reason why it should. Again, I can't stress enough, I don't even think I've seen the movie. What do you... Bro! That's not the item I wanted! I mean, I'll take it. Oh, never mind. I can't control the Mr. Me with Mark. It just gets, like, it gets messed up. Donkey. Why not take the other one? I was trying, but I can't control the effect of Mr. Me. Like, it just goes, man. It goes. I guess if no one wants this item, I'll take it. Perfect. We've been arguing for so long, nobody even bothered to learn my name. We're so caught up in our phones these days. it matters. Yeah, it's crazy that, like, season 2 of I Think You Should Leave starts, like, well, is just on Netflix tomorrow or tonight, maybe even. I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. That's appointment viewing for me. I did not get glowing hourglass. I have cursed eye. Okay, we're saved. Let me out. Do a watch party. You kind of, I mean, you joke because, like, I'll get my channel like DMCA'd to hell by Netflix. We have Godhead, huh? Polyphemus Godhead. But I've been thinking I want to do like some React content, man. Everybody on, like, the new thing on Twitch is like watching those true crime documentaries. Which I don't want to say I was ahead of the curve, but you know, I went through my true crime phase like 2 or 3 years ago, where I was just like, you know, talking about cereal all the time. He will never talk about cereal. So I would love to do like some React style content. I just need to figure out, because like I'll just tell you straight up, what I'm not willing to do is what a lot of people braver, or perhaps you might use another word, but people braver than me are doing, which is basically just watching whatever they want to watch to begin with. And then when they get DMCA'd, being like, what, dude? I didn't even know that, like, what? So I'm not willing to just watch whatever I want to watch on YouTube and then do that, but I do want to watch like some like Wendy's PSA training videos or something, man. Now that sounds like a hot drinks. Then there's something. Hot drinks. Then there's something. You know what I'm talking about? You know hot drinks? If they want a slice of lemon, that'd be nice. Baby, don't be shy. Give it a juicy slice. Hot drinks. I can't. The guy goes so hard on hot drinks, man. I can't. I can't send it. Oh man. Oh. Anyway, the heck are you singing? It's called Hot Drinks. It's by the Wendy's Pop Music Department. How do you know all this? I watched it last night, man. I want more moaning Fortnite video. It's so good. Oh. Did you see all the people in Walmart singing the American National Anthem for the 4th of July? This is from the comment in chat. If I were there, I would be like, man, can I just get my groceries? No, you're absolutely right. That's actually like a video taken from a nightmare dimension that we happen to live in for some reason. Look, if you want to celebrate Canada Day, you want to celebrate the 4th of July, actually doesn't bother me as long as you, like, you know, don't light off fireworks in the middle of a heat dome, thus contributing to our historic wildfire season. For the most part, I don't really care. I got other things to worry myself with. Give me this for now. But yeah, if I was like at Walmart and then like, you know, everyone started singing the national anthem. Actually, you know, I act like it would be such an inconvenience. It would actually be by far the greatest day of my life. It would be a story that could only happen to you once in your entire life. It would actually, I would be so grateful to be in a Walmart when it happened. I can't pretend that I would be upset. It'd be a once in a lifetime opportunity for banter. And then everybody clapped. I will say, I mean, love is a strong word here. They're not my like blood family. I only met them like within the last decade, but I like my in-laws, like my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law. But they called us. Kate's sister drunk dialed us on Saturday, July the 3rd. They live in America, so they were celebrating the 4th of July. she's like, I think she's 30s, 35, 36. So they drunk dialed us, and they were hanging out like on their balcony with their friends. And so they drunk dialed us on the 3rd, which makes sense. You work on Monday. You don't want to get hammered on Sunday night and then be hungover for work on Monday. If you could just, you know, instead do it on Saturday. And then, I don't know, maybe do it on, pardon me, Sunday as well. They drunk dialed us, wished us a happy 4th of July, to which we were like, oh yeah, happy 4th of July. We don't celebrate that up here because, you know, we celebrate Canada Day instead. Believe it or not, Americans, we're not American. We don't, the July 4th is not really like a worldwide holiday. Most countries have like their own version of it. I know, we copied it from you. And then they went, oh right, happy Canada Day as well. And then their friends, who we've never met before in our lives, went, whoa, like, your in-laws are from Canada? Whoa, the frozen north, the tundra. They just started, like, going off. And you just gotta, I get that they were intoxicated, but you just gotta put yourself in our shoes, that we were just, like, sitting down on the couch relaxing, and then we got drunk dialed, and, like, our country made fun of by someone we've never met in our entire life. It was like a drive-by shaming. It was just a really weird energy. I was like, okay. I get it. You're, you know, you're drunk, but it's just strange. Just weird. I was like, I don't even know who you are. And he, whoa, the frozen north. Oh, Canada. We love Canada. They always do that, right? Canada, ooh, how's your igloo? Ah, just kidding, I love it. Never been, never thought there was a reason to get a passport, because I live in a country where, hey, if you drive 2 states, things are totally different. Over there, they have dry barbecue. You drive a little bit further, we got wet barbecue. It's like exploring the whole world without even having to leave the comfort of your own tri-state area. Okay, before we do this, what the heck does the spacebar do? Is good. Try it on the boss, it's good. Shut up! Just tell me what it does. It emits a loud scream. Massive damage on the room. Okay. It will win you the game. He do be screaming. Now you're doing the same thing that they did, but you're sober? Yeah, but I'm insulting America instead of Canada, so everyone in chat's gonna be like, based, so true, +2, +2, I hate it here, so true. First time? It's true, that's exactly what happened. This happened to my buddy Eric. Didn't somebody die from extreme heat in Western Canada? Yo, like 700 and something people died as a result of the heat wave, man. It was crazy. Like, it was wild. Don't hit me. I love when he does this attack, or when she does this attack. It's the easiest attack to dodge in the world. Don't, no, not like this, man. Not like this. Well, on the bright side, hey, quick Ansu stream. No, I wouldn't dare. I wouldn't dare. After all, why shouldn't I have it? Did you see the landlord who turned on the heat during the heat wave? Yeah, there's like Vancouver is a wild place, man. Like any, like, you know, place that's nice to live has some truly insane landlords. It is ridiculous. Dude, put me out of this one. We're now done with Tainted Eden except greedier mode. That's wonderful news. That's wonderful news. Slash marker?